Hello, and welcome to another California Psychics live reading. I am your host and moderator for today's live reading, and we are joined by our fantastic fan favorite, Psychic Saba. How are you doing today, Saba?
I'm great. How are you, Carson?
I am wonderful. It's another Monday live, and I always love doing these and being able to help people have their questions answered. So it's a good day for me. But before we get started, for our audience, I do have a few bits of information. Let me go ahead and pull it up our promo code that we have going on. If you use the code LIVE5, scrolling down at the bottom of your screen, you will receive an additional $5 added to any new customer package purchased for a one-on-one private reading session on CaliforniaPsychics.com. Once again, this code is LIVE5. You'll see it scrolling multiple times in the live stream. So again, if you miss it, don't worry, it'll pop up again. This promo code can be applied and used for, again, $5 extra towards any reading on our website. But if you are wanting a one-on-one reading with Psychic Saba after getting a little preview of her abilities today, make sure to stick around and we'll shout out her exact schedule later in the stream. Now, lastly, before we get started, I do want to set ground rules for questions today. We unfortunately will not be able to answer any legal or medical questions today during this live stream. For medical, this does include treatment questions, medications, pregnancies, and general fertility questions. And for legal, this can include court cases, custody battles, and just general court decisions. And if you do ask about another person, please make sure you include at least their first name. This does allow Saba to connect faster and more accurately answer your questions today. But without any further ado, and for the last 15 minutes of the live session today, we will also be switching over to card pulls. So if you hadn't gotten your question answered by then, we will have a little bit extra time where we'll be going through questions a little faster to make sure we can get through more questions. But without any further ado, Saba, if you are ready, we can go ahead and get started.
I'm ready. I've got my decks. I've got a love deck. I've got Rider Waite, and I've got a Black Tarot deck today.
All right. Um, we have one right now from Brittany who is asking for more of a career reading. Brittany is asking, I was wondering what the career outlook for me would be or for the next few months. Should I go for the job of an advisor who might quit or so an advisor who might quit at her company, should she be going for that role? And will her boss try and block me if she does go for that advisor role that may be opening up? If you may have any insight into this, Saba.
Absolutely, Brittany. So intuitively, I am seeing that you should absolutely go for it. And it seems like right now, based on this Nine of Wands, you're a little guarded, but you have the resilience and stamina to make it through. The thing about I'm a little concerned about is the advisor who might quit. You might want to wait until the person quits. And no, I don't think your boss is going to block you to a pinnacles. She's flexible. She'll adapt. I just would like you to wait until the person quits. That's all. Everything in divine order, divine time. But if you
All
do it,
right.
it's yours.
Perfect. All right. We hope that resonates with you, Brittany, and as always, Saba, great insight. Our next question is going to be one from Bree, who is asking, do you have any insight on a children's book that she is currently working on getting published? Any good news or what insight may be to come with that new project she's working on?
Well, first of all, congratulations. This is a Page of Wands adventure. It looks like you got to be very fearless, but you also have to remember that it's good to kind of be cooperative. The best way I can say that I'm getting from your adventure, you need to get a book agent and you need to make sure that you are amenable and cooperative. As long as you're cooperative, this is going to work. You want to avoid conflicts of any kind because the vibe that I'm getting is your book could be a really big deal, but you don't want, what is the saying? The best time to kill a king is before or when it's just first born. So you want to make sure that you make this as easy as possible for any publisher or book agent that wants to support you, and you've got it.
All right. Our next question, and real quick, I do want to actually give a note. I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but unfortunately, we will not be able to answer any mediumship questions today. But Saba does specialize in dream analysis as well. So if you do have any dream analysis questions or dreams that keep occurring, go ahead and put them in the chat, and I'll make sure to go ahead and pick a few so that way Saba can get to the nitty gritty of what's behind that. Our next question, though, is from Marie. I want to know if me and my ex will get back together soon. Her name is Dana, or sorry, so not Marie. Dana and her partner, her ex, is Dewan.
All right, will Dana and Dewan reconcile? Let's see. You know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think so. I know that that's something that you want, but you have to give it more time. You have to let things play out. So I think you need to go ahead and step back for a good 6 to 7 months and try again. But I don't see this being a relationship that's going to pan out based on this 7 of Swords. That's a lot of deception. That's a lot of betrayal. I don't think the deception and betrayal is going to stop. But I do think that if you wait long enough, anything is possible, if that makes any sense. So no contact. Take a step back. He cannot miss you if you won't go away. Go away. All right. And give it like 7 months before you attempt anything.
All right. Our next question is going to be one from Jacqueline in regards to another career question. She's wondering if her job interview tomorrow will go well. Best wishes to you, Jacqueline.
All right. Let's see, Jacqueline. So it definitely looks like you need to make sure that you are patient with yourself. The one thing that can mess it up is nervousness, but you're getting the 6 of Pentacles, which basically says, hey, show up with a grateful attitude and it will work. You, on the other hand, are feeling a little anxious. So you want to make sure you get grounded because the world is you pushed out. So if you're nervous, it's like getting in a car with somebody nervous. It's like, oh, I don't know if I want to ride with this person. They're nervous. Do everything you can to ground yourself and make yourself feel self-assured tonight, and you are winning all day tomorrow.
All right. Our next one is going to be another career-related question. One next for Jennifer. She was wondering when she would hear from a new job that is remote or just kind of perfectly fits her needs.
Okay. What is the energy surrounding Jennifer hearing from the remote job? Okay, so I'm getting the Knight of Pentacles, which basically means this is a slow but steady opportunity. So I'm seeing just under 3 months. Just under 3 months. You got almost 3 months it'll take, but you're getting close. Sometimes remote work, it takes a while, but you will hear from them.
It is
you will get a remote job. Yes. It is desirable for her. She is getting the 3 of Pentacles, which is basically growth and forming an alliance with a company. I just think the patience part of it, don't know why, but we'd have to do a deeper dive for that. But yes, it seems like a slow but steady process. So about 3 months, maybe a little under 3 months.
Perfect. And if you want to get a follow-up, Jennifer, make sure to stick around. In just a couple of minutes, I'll make sure to shout out Saba's exact schedule if you are kind of wanting to get a little follow-up with her. Our next question will be one from just a quick a quick card draw. One for Z, who is just asking for a general love card pull.
All right, let's see. All right, let go of control issues. Ooh, Z. What you have to remember is you create your life. You create your love life. So however you treat yourself is however you're going to attract someone who treats you. So control issues might be allowing this situation to unfold naturally. Don't force it. All right. Don't call. Nobody can miss you if you won't go away. Give yourself the space, the energy that you want to give somebody else, put it on you. All right. The more you obsess over yourself, the more your partner or potential partners will obsess over you.
Perfect. Our next one is going to be from, I believe, Pamela. Is there a marriage reconciliation between Pamela and her husband, David, sometime soon? And will he reach out to me to initiate that contact sometime soon?
All right. Is David? Oh, I hope so. Let's see. Is David coming back to his wife? Yes, yes, 10 of Cups. So this is a card that's governed by Pisces, and it's like you guys are completing a cycle. It definitely looks like he will reach out to you within it looks like within 3 months. I do think that if you want to talk to him, you go into prayer, you go into your telepathic, you write things down, you try the whisper method. You do things to call him to you, but you want to make him think that it's his idea. You don't want to be the facilitator. I'm getting energy that says he really wants to be seen as a leader and a hero. And in order for him to do that, you have to take a step back and let him come forth. And when he comes forth, do your thing. But until then, stay in prayer, stay in meditation, use your telekinesis and your telepathic methods, and you will be able to reconcile with your husband.
Perfect. We hope that works out for you, Pamela. And our next question will be from Haley, who is asking, hi, Saba. Saba, do you see Haley getting married in the nearby future or just future?
Will Haley get married? I mean, I do think you're going to get married. I think that you are still kind of growing. And I want you to remember that, yeah, you're going to get married, but I want you to remember that it's important for you to marry yourself first. So you have a few years here. You have a few years, but I do think it's time for you to marry yourself first. I am getting that, there is a youthful energy about you, and I want to encourage you to date. How about start there? Just start dating. But yes, you will get married.
Well put, Saba. Our next one, and actually right before we get into our next one, I just want to make sure I get the right one picked. One from Marcelo. But Marcelo, right before we get to your question, I want to give a follow-up that the best way to reach Psychic Saba, if you have a follow-up question, you already had your question answered today, is to go to California Psychics and get a reading with Psychic Saba. You've already seen a little bit of a preview of abilities today, and you have another 45 minutes to kind of get sold on that fact for today. But Saba, can you go ahead and let everybody know when is the best way or best times to reach you, and when is the very next time you're going to be online at California Psychics?
All right, the best way to reach me is at extension 6452. That's extension 6452, and I will be on every night this week. I'm going to be on right after this live. I'm going to take a minute to just get a glass of water and some tea. And I'll be on this evening until about 1 a.m. EST. And every night this week, I will be on at approximately 7 p.m. EST. I believe that would be 4 p.m. PST and about 6 p.m. CST, 5 or 6 p.m. EST. But I'm going to be on every night this week. So if the sun is going down, you will find me on the line. And I usually work until about 1 a.m. EST, so I'll be there. And I'll stay on extra if I have a lot of people in my queue.
And perfect. Yeah, she will be on right after this, and just to give her a few minutes to recharge after the live. But if you are struggling at all to get in touch with Psychic Saba, go ahead and give our customer service line a call, and they will be able to get you an appointment booked with Saba. No worries, in a time that works both for you and for Psychic Saba. You can also send her an offline message, which is just like sending a direct message over social media. So it's just like a chat, and it's very private. The only people who see it are Psychic Saba and you. So if you have any follow-up questions after getting one answered today, go ahead and give Psychic Saba a call. But we still have a lot of time left in our live stream and a lot of questions to answer. So Marcelo, hi Saba. I hope you are well. Do you have any insight on what's to come within the next few months for Olivia and Marcelo now that we are separated for these past 6 months? Do you think she is talking to somebody else, and will it last, or will she consider reconciling with Marcelo? What should Marcelo do in the meantime?
All right, let's look at Marcelo and Olivia. Okay, so I do think that she has a lot of clarity, and she's accepted that this is not going to work for her right now. She feels as though this is just an unstable relationship. So if you want her to consider reconciling with you, you might want to think about making some very public changes. All right. Therapy, counseling, coaching, showing that you are working on yourself, because from what I see here, she does not trust you. And that has not changed in the past 6 months. And in all honesty, I don't think I don't see her talking to anybody else. I see her wanting you to do right. So if there's anything that you can do to make sure that you are the best version of yourself, do that. In the meantime, give it another 6 months and try to keep in touch with her. If she doesn't have you blocked, which it looks like she does, maybe write her a letter. You can't block anybody from the mailbox. You can't really block anybody from sending you a handwritten note. I would say take it old school, because she seems very upset still. Okay? Keep working on it. Keep working on it.
Great insight, Saba. Our next question, and we hope this does resonate with you, Marcelo. Hopefully we hear from you soon. Kayla is asking, will I get into nursing school? So another career-focused question.
All right. So I do think you will get into nursing school, but if you have anything you need to clear up in relation to financial aid, in relation to transcripts from other attempts, other schools that you've been to, it's time to clear that up. But yes, you will get in, but it does look like you have some loose ends to tie up before you get into nursing school.
Right. We have one in the middle, a bit of a more general one from T. I'll go ahead and pick one out of this. Just a love reading for 2024. Do you see good things coming T's way, and any advice from her spirit guides in regards to love?
Okay. All right, let's do a pull. So your card is flirt. I do think the good news is you are supposed to put yourself in the highest vibration possible. 2024 is still yours to claim, but you have to remember that you create your life. So if you want more success in any area of your life, make sure you are carrying the energy that you would want projected to you. What you give out is 100% going to come back. So if you want love, consideration, you want to be cherished, give that energy to yourself, and also give grace to the people that you meet, to the people that you are connected to in and out of romance. Okay, so this year, make sure you are very clear on raising your vibration. And the best thing I see happening for you is a loving relationship. All right, but you got to be loving. And this could be a relationship that's already in existence, but you have to be loving. You're not going to get love if you are not giving it. So give the love you want to receive.
All right. Our next one, and we hope this does resonate with you, T, as well. Our next question is going to be one from Susan, who's just asking for a general love card pull.
Okay. Okay, Susan. Looks like there's some red flags. Again, I'm not a reader that's going to sugarcoat. What are these red flags that you need to pay attention to? It looks like you're being cautioned. Are you in love? Do you need to check somebody? You might want to ask a couple questions. You might want to ask some questions. So my advice based on this red flag series is make sure that you don't overlook anything and turn a blind eye. Now, you can definitely turn a blind eye to things that are irrelevant, but if you're having a feeling in your gut, pay attention to it and don't be afraid to follow up with that.
All right. Our next question, I think this might be good. Carrie is wondering if she's considering a move across the country. Do the spirits have any messages to say, is this a good move for her family? And I would always just put my own input. Obviously, you got to do a lot of research, big considerations from everything. But Saba?
So I do think this is a good plan for you, but the Three of Wands inverted is just basically saying, wait a minute. Wait, you're going to have some delays. It looks like this would be a prosperous move, but And I think you're reclaiming your independence, but sometimes it's not the best time to do this. So my advice would be, why not wait until October of this year, September at the earliest of this year? And yes, and you said considering, you didn't say you were going to jump up and do it. So the cards are saying a very tentative yes, and push it out as far as you can.
All right. Our next question is going to be one from Marianne, who is asking, will I hear from Luis?
Will Marianne hear from Luis? And it looks like a yes, the Sun card. Now you're going to have to be patient. My suggestion, if you want to hear from him, he should not be hearing from you. Do not.
Uh-oh.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened.
No worries.
Keep him out. Don't contact him.
All right. So yeah, don't
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
I can. And just wanted to reiterate for Marianne, make sure you don't contact Luis, and that he will do that, or he will contact Marianne, correct, Saba?
Yes, he will contact her as long as she doesn't contact him.
Okay. All right. Great advice. Our next question is going to be one. Let's do another card pull, Saba. One for Tiffany. Can I get a general card pull in general sense for career, life path, relationships?
Okay, what is the energy surrounding Tiffany? Okay, so you're getting the Knight of Wands, and it's two sides to this because it didn't necessarily come up straight up. On the one hand, you are very charming. On the other,
Uh-oh.
very like in your face, and my suggestion to you would be definitely kind of bring it down some. There are things that you can get done with a feather, and it seems like sometimes you don't know whether to use a feather or a hammer. This year I want to encourage you to use a feather for everything. Everything does not require a hammer. Everything does not require you to go hard. It looks like you need to go as soft as possible and embrace the idea of evolution. Remember, grass doesn't grow quickly. All right, it goes quietly and slowly. So allow yourself to grow into the things that you want, and you'll have everything. You'll have everything. And what is it? You can walk up to a cow and slaughter it, or you can run up to a cow and slaughter one, or walk down the hill and slay them all. May you walk down the hills and slaughter all the cows that you come in contact with. Okay, ethically, of course.
All right. Our next one is going to be from Kia, who is asking, what is upcoming for Kia in regards for career finances? She's currently unemployed, so wondering if that will change soon for a job that she really enjoys.
Okay. What is the energy surrounding Kia securing employment? Okay, so it definitely looks like you are going to get a new job with this Ace of Cups, but it seems like you need to kind of take some risks, apply to some jobs that you may not have thought about before. It's time to step out on faith and aggressively pursue ideas that maybe it's out of your salary range. Maybe you don't have any experience. Apply anyway. It's a good omen, this Ace of Cups, that you could succeed. And I actually see you being in a new job by June. I do think it's going to take a little while longer because it does look like kind of stepping into your own and stepping into some new ideas. It might take a little bit longer for you to find those new concepts and those new ideas, but once you do, it will actually work in your favor, and you will surprise yourself at what you can get hired for and how much you can get paid.
Perfect. Great insight, Saba. I want to provide a little reminder, if you are on YouTube or Facebook, and if you just have a nickname, if you could, and you were asking a question about yourself, just make sure you include at least your first name in the question, so that way Saba can connect accurately and answer your question. I did want to pass on this one as well. This is not a question, Saba, but One from Fritz, just a thank you for Saba for her helpful advice a couple of weeks ago. I think somebody just kind of stopped by, one of your regulars. So just wanted to pass that
Oh,
on.
Fritz is my guy. I talked to Fritz. I'm glad you worked that out. Yeah, Fritz had a lot going on. I'm glad you worked that out, Fritz. Call me tonight. I want to hear about it.
Perfect. I just wanted to pass that on because I saw that and I figured you would recognize. Next one is from Pamela. Will Jim return into Pamela's life? I believe in
Okay.
regards to love.
Let's see. What is the energy surrounding Jim returning to Pamela? Will Jim return to Pamela's life? This is no good. So, of course, he's going to double back. But between this Tower and this Three of Cups, what is that? I don't think you need to. I just don't think this is a good idea. Yes, he's coming back, and he's going to be worse than he was before. I don't know about this one, love. I don't know. I don't know about that. And when I say I don't know, I know he's coming back. But I don't know why you want this type of problem when I see the Tower card, when I see the Three of Cups. I don't know why. And I do think that, it's kind of an unstable connection. So in short, yes, saying the quiet part out loud, watch out. Watch out. Okay.
All right. Our next question, and great insight, by the way. We hope this resonates with you, Pamela. Our next question will be from Gretchen. But right before that, I wanted to remind everybody that the best way to reach Psychic Saba, if you've enjoyed a little bit of a preview of her abilities today, or if you've already gotten your question answered and you want to get a little bit of a follow-up later in private, make sure you go to CaliforniaPsychics.com. If you are a new customer with us, you can use the code LIVE5 to get an extra $5 added to any new customer package that you purchase with us. So an extra $5 that you can get on a reading with Psychic Saba. You can also use the California Psychics app to reach out as well. So California Psychics website or app. Saba, for those who want to hear it from you, because you know it the best, when is the very next time you are going to be online for those who want to connect, and your regular schedule throughout the week?
Okay, so I'm going to be on right after this live. I just need a minute to get a glass of water and just maybe, just kind of decompress a little bit. But I'll be on until 1 a.m. EST tonight, and every night this week, including Sunday, I will be on from 7 p.m. CST. That would be 8 p.m. EST and 4 p.m. PST, all the way up until 1 a.m. EST, which would be 12 a.m. CST and 10 p.m. PST. And that schedule goes so basically, if the sun is going down, I'm on the line. All right. If it's dark outside, I'm on the line. So you might, just in case you don't remember the time, it's dark outside, I can call Saba now. And that's when I'm on the line. Okay.
Perfect. And also, if you are struggling a little bit to get in Saba's queue and you really want to connect with her, go ahead and give our customer service line a call as well. And they can also get an appointment booked that works for both you and Saba, for those who just really want to connect and you might be struggling a little bit to get into her queue. But, and also you have the ability for offline messages, which is just like sending a direct message over social media, text-based and very private. The only people who see it are Saba and you. So make sure you reach out to Saba after this live or later this week at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Gretchen is asking Saba. She's a Gemini, and she wants to know if Diron and her are getting back together or reconciling this year in regards to love.
All right. All right, Diron and Gretchen reconciling. So I do see the Five of Pentacles inverted. I do think you're going to get back together, but I would say expect some delays, and you're right to say this year. I'm thinking the holidays. This is really giving me Thanksgiving, Christmas energy. It definitely looks like he's thinking about you, but he's not ready. It seems like he knows that being with you is an awesome responsibility. It looks like you're a very dynamic person. And so he doesn't really want to come into your life and complicate it. He actually wants to make sure that he has himself right before he steps in so that he can be somewhat of an asset to you as opposed to someone who is disturbing you and disturbing your peace.
All right. And for those who are watching on Facebook, if you're getting any messages from those in the chat asking for a friend request or anything like that, those are scammers. So do not go ahead and interact with those profiles, anything like that. The only way you will be able to reach Psychic Saba is through CaliforniaPsychics.com. Just wanted to give a little note for that because I saw that going on in the chat. Our next one is going to be from Amber, who is asking another question in regards to love. Will Michael be back and will they reconcile? If not, do you have any other insight in regards to love for Amber?
All right, will Michael be back? Oh, he's in rebellion. He has to have everything his way. So this is really imbalanced. It looks like he's really reckless and it looks like he'll come around, but not for commitment. I actually see you getting with someone who has a little bit more of a stable personality, someone a little older, and you would actually be meeting this person right around May. I don't see Michael as stable. I see him as really rebellious and someone who causes a lot of imbalance, uncertainty, and anxiety. So I would say this is a no in terms of him coming back for something substantial. He would come back to see if you would put up with him or you would entertain him. But as far as you getting a relationship that's stable and healthy out of it, no, he wouldn't be offering that.
Very well put, Saba. Our next one, and we hope this does resonate with you, Amber. Our next question is going to be from Catherine. She is wondering if her and Cameron will be getting back together. She is born in 98 and he is 1990. I'm trying to remember those zodiacs. I think that is a Taurus. Might right be on the cusp for Gemini. No.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like
Taurus.
All right. So I do think that this is an opportunity for getting back together, but it just looks like this is not a healthy relationship. I do think that while Cameron does care about you, he is not ready. He's not ready, love. So I do think trying to get back together is going to be a summer of love and conversation and good times, but you're going to have a fall that makes you feel in despair because he has a short attention span. I'm getting somebody who just gets bored and wants to do something else, and it's not even personal. It's not you, it's him. So while I do see a temporary reconciliation, I do think he's going to have a hard time sustaining it. It doesn't look like a sustainable relationship. I wish it were better news. But it doesn't look sustainable from here with this. And the card that came up is the Ten of Swords inverted, which just basically talks about an inevitable end, just kind of dragging things out.
Our next, actually, a little comment that I saw just now from TC in regards to that. A lot of men are not ready in regards to that. It's just a little comment. And kind of for the theme for today, it seems like there's a lot of guys that are just not growing in the ways that they should and being good partners. But
yeah, it's unfortunate. And what I would say about that is we live in a society where you can order a partner like pizza. Okay, you can literally get online and swipe a couple buttons and you can be talking to somebody that you would have never met. It's all low effort. So if you don't have to put forth effort to do anything, where is the value in that? So yeah, it's like finding a needle in a haystack, but my advice would be you be the type of person that you're looking for and have patience. It'll come.
All right. And TC, we will get to a general pull for you in just a second, but I wanted to pull this up for anybody else who was wondering. Leslie is asking for an animal psychic. And yes, we actually do provide some animal psychics and pet psychics on CaliforniaPsychics.com. It may be a little bit harder to do on these live sessions. You'll be able to go a little bit back and forth with Pet Psychic on our website when you have a one-on-one reading with them. But just wanted to let y'all know, and if anybody else is wondering the same, we do have those available. Our question for TC is just asking for a general card pull for her.
All right. Let's see. Okay, so I got the Eight of Pentacles. This is about your talent. You seem to be a very talented person who is really trying to master something. You are looking at a lot of accomplishments over the next 5 years. You are looking to dedicate yourself to some sort of skill or expertise, and I just want to tell you to keep going. All right, you really don't need other opinions. You don't need other opinions. You don't need external validation. God already validated you. So you need to keep going. You need to do a deep dive into you, and you need to take that journey, because I promise it's worth it. So get into your talent, get into your mastery. You are going to master something, and it's really going to pay off for you financially, on a soul level, spiritually, and other people are going to benefit from what you're mastering and what your gifts. And if you want to explore that, TC, give me a call. We could talk about this more, but I definitely see you being a very accomplished woman, and that's a good thing.
Perfect. We hope this does resonate with you, TC. And a real quick shout out yet that the best way to reach Saba is on CaliforniaPsychics.com. You can reach out to the California Psychics website or the California Psychics app. But if you want to get a one-on-one reading with her, Saba, why don't you go ahead and just shout out your schedule real quick and the very next time you'll be online for those who are wondering.
Yes, I'm at extension 6452. I will be online right after this live, after I just get a glass of water or maybe a cup of coffee so I can stay energized until 1 a.m. EST tonight. And then for the rest of the week, I will be on at 7 p.m. CST all the way up until midnight. And I always stay later. If there are people who want calls, I'll stay on until 3 a.m. EST. I will stay and I will take care of you. And in general, I'm on 7 days a week in the evenings. And basically, if you don't want to remember the times, if you look outside and it's dark, I'm on the line. If it's dark outside, you can call me. I'm there.
Perfect. I see one note from Gretchen in regard. This was a question that was earlier. Gretchen, you may be able to get your question answered whenever after the live stream is over. We're going to be reposting it to our Facebook page, so you may be able to give it a rewatch and hear what Saba was able to say there. I did remember her just kind of following up, because I did remember you cut out there, but I think I heard you answer the question. So hopefully that gets to you, Gretchen. And
yeah,
if not,
they're going to get back together. They're going to get back together, but it's going to be towards the end of the year, towards Christmas holiday season.
Okay, perfect. There you go. Our next one then for Jess, who is asking for a general card. Is there possibly anything that is really sticking out that Jess really needs to hear today? Thank you kindly, Saba.
All right, so it looks like you are getting the Four of Wands, and it just looks like you need to remember that you belong. You are stable. You are beautiful. You can have what it is that you want. All right. You have support. You have grounding. You have love. You have an army of ancestors wishing you the best. So if you're feeling alone, if you're feeling as though nobody is really checking for you or taking interest, I beg to differ. They are. You are absolutely loved, and I don't want you to forget that. Thousands of people had to live for you to be here in this moment. Thousands of people had to exist on planet Earth just for you to be here. So you're stable. You have belonging. You belong here. You are wanted. Okay, that's what I'm getting. That's that Four of Wands.
Absolutely. Our next one is for another Jessica. Will Jessica and Ray reconcile in regards to love?
Okay, Jessica and Ray. Oh boy. So I don't think so, love. Again, this is an opportunity for you to stand up within yourself and ask yourself if this is actually what's best for me. I don't doubt that Ray is going to come around. I don't doubt that you would even have the opportunity. But what I am seeing is that he's a little bit of a bully. All right. This is a little bit of hangman situation where it's constant anxiety, constant uncertainty, and that's not going to stop because he comes back around. Okay. So coming back around and reconciling are two different things. I say he's coming back around. I do not see a healthy reconciliation that's going to stick. I see him coming around, being a little bit clingy for a little bit, and then pew. I don't think he's that guy for you. Looks like he's going to make you feel very anxious when he does resurface, because it'll only be a matter of time before you're disappointed. And I'm so sorry to give that news, but that is the Hangman, and that is a Page of Swords inverted.
All right. And here, just a few minutes, we will be switching over to our tarot pull, or our card pull section. And if you haven't gotten your question answered already by then, we go through that card pull section to go a little bit faster. So that way everybody has a little bit of an extra chance to get their question answered. But just a little bit of a heads up for everybody. And also, I did see a couple of fertility questions in the chat in regards to pregnancies. I do want to let everybody know that unfortunately, we California psychics cannot answer those questions. So we will not be able to answer those on the live stream today. So we do still have time for other questions to get answered, though. Next one will be for Alicia, who's asking, is Victor going to do what he needs to make things right between us? A little bit vague, but...
Okay, well, then we're going to use the specific love cards in relation. Will Victor do what's right? Will Victor do what he needs to do to make things right between him and Alicia? Okay, so if I would say this is a yes. I do think that Victor is a little bit codependent. I think that Victor is really riding off of past glory. He really feels entitled. The short answer is yes, but you need to be very specific about what those things are. What do you want him to do? He'll do whatever. You have him backed into a corner right now. But tell him, hey, I need you in love coaching. I need you in therapy. I need you to give up X, Y, and Z. I need a date night every week. You have to be specific, and don't take it as being domineering. But if you're expecting him to know exactly what to do, he's going to do the wrong thing. He's going to choose the wrong thing, because you have some very clear objectives and you need to speak out. You need to say them clearly, maybe even write them down. And you don't have to give him the list, but you do need to write them down so your answers don't change.
Yes. We hope this resonates with you, Alicia. Our next one from Kika, I'm not sure if this is actual name or just the username. So for future, Kika, if you could put at least your first name in the questions, but we will answer today just because I've seen you in here for a while, but a love card for them.
So you're being encouraged to give a relationship a chance, work on partnership. Okay, sometimes dating and the butterflies, that is not it. Being in love is a chemical cocktail of emotions that are fleeting, all right? That is irrational. But a choice to love somebody, that's a rational decision that you work on every day. My advice, work on the rational decision, not the chemical cocktail.
All right. Next one for Helen, who is asking for a career card. Is there a new job that is upcoming for her soon that she will enjoy?
Okay. Helen, job. Okay, so this is a 401 situation. Let's clarify. Page of Cups. I do think that you are going to be pleasantly surprised in April. I do, however, think that you are going to have to really make sure that you are patient with the onboarding process and the pre-employment screening. I think you are going to get, I think you're going to get hired, or at least get an offer in April, and then the process of starting the job might even put you towards the end of May, but you will have something before the end of April.
All right. Next one will be for Sony, who is asking for a career and love card.
So let's see if we can do one. Career. All right, delayed news, Page of Swords. So if you are waiting on something, yes, it's going to take a little bit longer. Yes, the news is delayed. And for your love card, oh, it looks like you have some sort of past life relationship that you might be dealing with this year, meaning there is somebody that you made a soul contract with in another life that is going to be coming around and trying to talk to you, trying to see you, trying to figure out why they feel this way. Go with it. It doesn't mean that you have to be with the person, but it does mean that somebody is going to come around with that brings up a lot of feelings that's going to make you question, okay, why is this person here? They're there because of a past life relationship and they agreed to contact you in this life.
All right. And if you saw that, I was going ahead and messing around. But our next one, I guess, we'll be going for Key. Will Key and Elijah reconcile in regards to a love card? So a love card.
Okay. Key and Elijah reconcile. Okay, so I do think that the Wheel of Fortune is saying yes. And what does Key need to work on? It seems like you need to work on your dreams. You need to work on yourself. You need to realize that you were put here for more than love, for more than relationships. If there is anything that you want to do with your life, go ahead and focus on that. Love will be there. Why were you born? Focus on your life purpose. Don't focus on this relationship, okay? The more of an exciting life you create for yourself and cultivate for yourself, the more Elijah will want to witness it. But if you're sitting there waiting on him, it's a no-go. That's not it. He'll be excited by it. Okay?
Perfect. Next one for Morris, but right before we get to that, I do want to give a shout out once again that the best way to reach Psychic Saba, if you've enjoyed this little bit of a preview of her abilities today, is to go to CaliforniaPsychics.com, or you can reach out through the California Psychics app. You see the code scrolling at the bottom of your screen. If you are a new customer with us, you can get an extra $5 added to any new customer package you purchase with us today if you use the code LIVE5. And that extra $5 can be used during a one-on-one reading with Psychic Saba. You can reach Psychic Saba by booking an appointment, hopping right into her call queue, or sending an offline message, which is just like sending a direct text-based message on social media. The only people who see it are you and Psychic Saba. But if you are wanting to know what her regular hours are, on CaliforniaPsychics.com, so that way you can give her a call, hear her voice, really get to the nitty-gritty of your questions. Saba, why don't you go ahead and let everybody know when is the very next time you're going to be online for those who want to connect tonight, and if they maybe want to connect later this week.
Absolutely. I will be on the line right after this live. I just need 5 or 10 minutes to collect myself and get some water or some coffee or both so that I can talk to you guys until 1 a.m. EST. And then every night this week, I will be on at least 7 p.m. EST. I will be on 7 nights a week. I'm on every night. And the best way I can tell you is if it's dark outside, I'm on the line. I'm usually on the line until 1 a.m. EST, midnight CST, and 10 p.m. PST. If you want me outside of those hours, please call customer service and they will get in contact with me. They will help me set up an appointment. I also take the offline email reading. So if you just say, oh, you're not there, I'm going to send you a quick email. I will answer that within 24 hours.
Perfect. Well put, Saba. And if anybody else is wondering anything else about that, once again, customer service should be able to ask or answer any of those questions regarding contacting Psychic Saba and getting y'all connected. So our next one is going to be for Morris, who we already have the card up for, a love card in regards to will Esther come back for Morris.
Will Esther come back? So I do think that she's going to come back. It just looks like you need to really understand that you need to go get her. She's not going to wander back. You need to go get her and stay optimistic and be patient. Okay. I do think that if you want to talk to her, write her a letter, a pen and paper, no text message, no email. Go old school with it. If you really want to wow her, get some stationery and some flowers and mail it. Okay, but go get her. Be optimistic. Yes, but go get her.
That might be a bit harder for me to do with my girlfriend, getting some stationery if I just have to mail it to myself. But giving me some ideas. One for Alicia next, who's asking for a love card and a thank you in advance, Saba.
No problem, Alicia. Let's see. All right, soulmate. Looks like somebody is attracting a soulmate right now. Yes. All right, so of course, we know that these terms are a little bit extravagant and they're hundreds of years old, but what I would say is as long as you are nurturing yourself, you are attracting somebody who's going to nurture you too. So while you may be calling in your soulmate, while you may have a person in your orbit, it's like, is this my soulmate? The answer is yes, but that's just the beginning of the work. All right, keep going and do the self work so that you can understand that love is a benefit of a healthy relationship, but it's also about growing and coming into your own. Okay.
All right. Next one is for Tamrika. Love and career card for her.
All right. So let's see. Your love card is wait. Worth waiting for. All right. Trust divine timing. Wait. Wait. That's a very clear directive. You may not want to do it, but wait anyway. All right, it's worth waiting for. And then the Four of Pentacles, this is your career card. So you want to make sure that you stop when you win. Sometimes in careers, I mentioned it earlier, the hammer and the feather, everything, sometimes you need to quit while you're ahead. I'm not saying quit your job. I'm saying if you are doing well, stay there. If you're in a corporate job, if you're in a job that thrives on systems, yes, sometimes being right in the middle is better than going above and beyond and doing stuff that people did not ask you to do. All right, you might complicate things. So do what you're asked to do what you're paid to do, and you're winning. The Four of Pentacles is about kind of going overboard, like overkill, like greed, like too much. So don't be too much. Do just enough. Okay?
All right. Well put, Saba. Our next one is going to be for Andrea from YouTube. A general card for Andrea.
Absolutely. Andrea, general card. You also got the Four of Pentacles. So again, you need to make sure, beware of control and possessiveness. Beware of the idea that some things are in your jurisdiction. There is a circle of things that you can control. The number one thing you can control is yourself. What you can't control are other people's reactions to you, what other people think of you. You can only master yourself and what you think of yourself, and then not give credence to what other people think. But beware of control, possessiveness, overkill, greed, none of that. All right? Keep it in.
All right. Next one is going to be for Tiffany. But right before that, Saba, I want to give another shout out because we are winding down. Saba, when is the very next time that you are going to be online at CaliforniaPsychics.com? And for those who want to use the app, California Psychics app, and your regular schedule for this week for those who want to give a follow-up question or maybe just have a really, really private question they don't want to ask on here.
Absolutely. I'll be on right after this live, and I will be on till 1 a.m. EST, and all week I'm on at about 7 p.m. EST. That would be 6 p.m. CST and 4 p.m. PST, and that's again until 1 a.m. EST, or as late as I need to cover everybody in my queue. And I'm on 7 days a week. There is not one day, maybe one day I'll take some time off, but not this week. And if you are wondering when you can find me, if it's dark outside, I am on the line. Okay, if it's dark outside, the sun is absolutely down, I am absolutely doing readings.
Yes. And if you are just struggling to get in a little bit with contact with Psychic Saba, give our customer service line a call. They will get you set up with an appointment that works for both you and Psychic Saba. And our offline messages, which are text-based messages. So that way, if you just have a real quick question, you can send it to Saba. All right. Still have time for a few more questions. And I want to get through some to give everybody a lot of chances. Next is, Tiffany for a future career card. Yes.
All right, so you got the Six of Cups. So it looks like you are trying to get real comfortable with work. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that you can get comfortable, but you want to make sure that you are having a proper work-life balance. So I get it. You might really be driven. You really want to make the money. You really want to go all in. Absolutely fine. But don't forget work-life balance. I know career is important, but balance is just as important because you don't want to burn out.
All right. Next one will be for Shonet. Uh, in regards to a career card, will a new employment opportunity come for her soon?
Okay. Well, a new employment. Okay, so I am getting a card that says yes, but soon is relative. Like, is August soon enough? You got a little bit of time. August, August, August,
All right.
August.
There you go. August. So we hope that resonates with you, Shonet. Our next one will be for Charlotte. I love card pull in regards to reconciliation for an on-off relationship. Is that a promising connection between those two?
Okay, I wish I had a name. All right, so let's see Charlotte and her partner. Okay, so Nine of Cups is about success. I do think reconciliation is possible. This is coming in as a Knight of Cups person, a lot of romantic offers, but it does look like there are some restrictions and delays. So, of course, it's going to be on again. But I think what you have to do is make sure that you are giving yourself the consistency that you are asking for. Keep the promises that you make to yourself. The more consistent and diligent and connected you are to your own will and the things that you want, the easier it will be for this person to connect with you. Charlotte, I want you to give me a call. I want to do a private reading for you so I can actually get the person's name and both of your birthdays so we can dive in. Because it does look like this might be somebody that you might be trying to marry. You want to get married? We can talk about how to do that. Okay? Give me a call.
Yes, and one more time, you can give Saba a call at CaliforniaPsychics.com. She is not available on any other social media platforms, just our website, CaliforniaPsychics.com, or the California Psychics app. And if you are struggling to get into Saba's queue, go ahead and give our customer service line a call. You can hop right in for a phone call conversation or just a text-based conversation, whatever works for you. And yes, we have a time for a couple more questions. Angelica, a love card.
Okay. A love card, new or old. Okay, so it looks like you are attracting romantic love and it looks new. I'm gonna pull an extra one for good measure. Yeah, it looks like new. I do think that you need to make sure that you are open to social circles. Socialize, make yourself available, make yourself seen. Now, this old love that you want, Go for the new. Go for the new one. Okay?
Very well put. Very well put. All right, Saba, can you go ahead and let everybody know when is the very next time you're going to be on a line at CaliforniaPsychics.com and your regular schedule for the rest of this week for those who do want to connect for that one-on-one reading experience with you?
Absolutely. I'll be on right after this live, all the way up until 1 a.m. EST. That is midnight CST and 10 p.m. PST. And I don't mind staying later. If my queue fills up and I have to take a bunch of calls, so be it. I'll be there. Then for the rest of the week, I will be on at about 7 p.m. EST, all the way up until 1 a.m. EST for the rest of the week. All right, including Sundays. And my motto is, if it's dark outside, I'm on the line taking readings. Okay, you could also reach me with the email readings. I will answer you in 24 hours. Just make sure that you have your name, the other person's name, and both of your birthdays if it involves another person. Okay?
Yes, very well put. And if you are struggling at all to connect with Psychic Saba and you're really wanting to get a reading with her, make sure you give our customer service line a call and they will book you with an appointment that works for both you and Psychic Saba. All right. It has been an absolutely wonderful Monday live reading experience. We want to thank everybody for joining us today. We will be back next week, but for all those pressing questions that you need to get answered right now, Psychic Saba will be able to get to the nitty gritty with it. And you can get a one-on-one private experience where you can go back and forth if you have multiple questions. So give her a call at CaliforniaPsychics.com or the California Psychics app. And a huge thank you for everybody for tuning in. And an absolutely massive thank you, Saba, for joining us today and giving off a free preview of your abilities today. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. It's always a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. Now, everybody, once again, we will be back next week. But until then, thank you and bye-bye.
Bye.